Hey everybody, this is going to be part 1.2. This is just me making a video of my locomotive and rolling stock plan for my railroad. Basically wanted to do this to make sure that I have enough space for storage. I do have the I'm going to have the 28 foot by 28 foot two-car garage that I was going to utilize for two rails that would be 27 foot each inside. And then it will also be passing by a 16 by 24 shed. Of course, it would be passing on the 16 side. Excuse me, getting a little sick. So I'd only have about 15 feet there to work with after I enclose that little branch in. So knowing the amount of storage space that I have, I started playing around with, a dream of the dream list of trains that I'd love to own over the years, or down the road, I should say. So I separated it out into each rail, and obviously it switched the rolling stock around to have longer trains, or based on what I'm working on. But for right now, I currently already have the 4-foot switcher. That's the closest picture I could find of it. Right now it's all taken apart with the batteries out of it and the top off of it and other stuff all stacked up in storage right now, so I couldn't just go take a picture of it. So I looked online for a picture, and that was the closest one I could find. I did locate some of my old photos of the train that I had previously at my parents' house, but they're on another computer, and I am looking for my flash cards so I can move them over to this computer so I can show you them here. Actually, I do have the ability to make this larger. There we go. So on the bottom left, I do already have the 4-foot switcher, and I already have a 5-foot hopper from Mountain Car, and I have a 6-foot gondola from Mountain Car, and I have a 5-foot, I think it is, yeah, it is 5 foot. I have a 5-foot flat car that is, that I was building. I think I bought the frame. Or maybe I just copied the frame. No, I bought the frame. I bought just the basic frame. So I'm about 50% of the way done with the flat car. Haven't really been working on it, but a frame is assembled. I'd have to go look at it. I think most of it, the floor is on it. I just didn't do the metal sides yet. I have them all. I have the metal and everything. I just have to get it cut and installed. But basically, excuse me. That's all I have right now. I did have I had built back in the day a plywood box car, a plywood stock car, and a plywood caboose that looked good back when I had been using them, but they did rot away, being in a dark, cold, moist shed for a good 5-10 years being unused. It's been a while. So I did have to scrap those. I did keep the trucks and couplers and all that. I think I still have the framing for the base somewhere. I have to dig that up. But yeah, that's all I have right now is those 3 cars: the engine, the gondola, and the hopper, and then half a flat car. But down the road, the plan is to get a GP38 And I really do like the CSX gold, dark blue, and gray theme. And then the plan with that is to have 3 hoppers with that. And I've been riding in the hopper behind the switcher. I just made a little seat out of a stair runner with some 2x4s bracing it underneath so it perfectly sits right on top and holds the sides. It's a nice low profile, works good, and I have the controls for that mounted onto the front of the hopper. But so I don't mind riding in the hopper. So that way I could move wood around. I could move basically anything I want around with little diesel, instant ready to go with 3 hoppers. The next track in the garage would be for the steam engine, whether it's a Fitchburg Northern or just another Mogul. It would be a 260. That's definitely going to be a 260. And with that, I would have 2 gondolas and a little bobber caboose. I really wanted 3 gondolas, but I couldn't fit them. They're not going to be painted the colors you see here. I'm not going to be doing blue gondolas and stuff like that. It's probably going to be like a maroon with black and gold on it. I haven't figured it out yet. Right now it's black with a teal stripe on it and gray. It looks good. But I'm just never, the passenger cars are just way out of the ballpark. That the ones I'm looking for, the old timey ones. Those things are pushing like $4,000 each, and it's like, well, I get a gondola for $1,500. And it's basically just for people to ride around on. So I just built a couple of those little low profile seats. And you can squeeze 3 people in each, so we're looking at 6, 7 people with me driving it, and that's about the capacity. I mean, I know they can do a lot more, but for safety for me, I don't want to go crazy. And then obviously I can hook up all my hoppers and flat car and box car and just make a really long train if I wanted to. And for the caboose, it's a bobber car, the mountain car. I guess it's Titan trains now. But little bobber car. I do want the end cupola. They did have a picture of an end cupola. It was black and white, though. So I will be doing red. I know some people do yellow. I just always like red. And I do want the end cupola. And then moving up to the storage shed, where I have a 16-foot building, so I'm accounting for about 15 foot of storage space. That's where I'm gonna keep the 4-foot switcher, the 5-foot flat car, and a 5-foot box car. And that's basically gonna be my work train where I can, store stuff in the box car. I was thinking about getting a tanker car too. So that way I could water plants around the property, but it just came down to not having the space for it. And I kind of want to keep everything on rail. I know I could easily lift off the bobber caboose, but I'm not saving enough space to put another car in there. I just don't want to be lifting up these bigger cars. I've got a bad back as it is. So basically that's it. That's my plan for what I would be running on this railroad. Again, I already have the switcher, 1 hopper, and 1 gondola, and halfway through building the flat car. I figured these would be good for playing around with and for transporting materials during the construction. Plus, there were what was left over from my original train. But yeah, so that's about it. I just wanted to make a quick video explaining, what I'd be putting in these storage areas. It's part of the fun. What train do you want? What set do you want? And I wanted, I wanted basically one of each. I wanted a switcher, I wanted a diesel, and I wanted a steamer. I would have loved to have done an engineer's car behind that CSX, but again, I didn't have the space for that. Where it looks like half a box car and then a seat in front of it. I was thinking about that, but I was like, no, I'd rather just have more hopper cars. And in reality, I'd really love to have like 5 or 6 hoppers and like 3 gondolas. I think would be really cool. And then also, I would like to have a tank car, and I'd like to have a stock car as well. And I was looking for one too. I really wanted to get a bulkhead flat car um, to do for moving firewood and stuff. But they didn't have one at the time. I guess you could. It wouldn't be too difficult to build the front and rear bulkheads onto a flat car. But I'm lazy, and I would probably just buy a kit, and I'll put the kit together. I did that for both the hopper and the gondola. I bought the kit, and I had to buy the riveter, and was riveting the shit together. It was a lot of fun. Um, so I'm gonna do that. I'm getting a little better at this whole recording thing and laying it out and making sure it's fitting on the screen. I did notice in the last video half the left side of the track plan was cut off, so I apologize about that. But I'm starting to figure it out a little better, this video software, and I'm gonna get in front of the camera at some point. It's usually just me, and I do something, and then after I'm done doing it, I'm like, ah, crap, I should have videoed that, or I should have recorded that. Um, I will get better at that. Haven't really gotten started yet. Right now, it's just still early stages of planning, mostly tweaking the layout, tweaking the layout design, tweaking the locomotive and rolling stock plan based on what I can fit inside of storage. And right now I'm getting the track. I did in the last video I said I brought about God, it was over 100 feet. I mean, it was 100 feet of assembled track, and then there was a good at least another 40 feet of just guide rail. So I brought about 140 feet yesterday, and I plan on going there again tomorrow to grab at least another 100 feet, possibly another 140, because there is more guide rail on the other curve that I could grab. I'm just trying to get it all here. I anticipate it being about 4 or 5 trips, and it's about a 1 hour commute each way to get from my parents' house to my house. So it's a process, and I gotta work. And I've been sick the last few days. I actually got a sty in my eye the other day. On Friday, I was working with a disc sander at work, and it clogged up, and all this rubber dust got up into my eye, and I was like, God damn it. I mean, I was wearing goggles and shit, but it got into my eye. I had to go to the doctor and get eye drops, and I never ended up getting the damn eye drops because every CVS was out of stock, and they were a massive back order. So they just gave me another prescription for prednisone, and speaking of which, I need to take that. I gotta take 2 of those right now. So I started taking the prednisone, and within 2 days it did go down. I could barely open my left eye. Everyone thought I got punched in the face. I'm like, no, man. I got like rubber shit in my eye. But yeah, so that slowed me down, and my son started first grade a couple of weeks ago, and he got sick almost immediately after starting school. Within days, he was sick, and he's gotten everyone else sick, and we just can't seem to clear this cold. He's been sick for a good 10 or 12 days now. We've taken him to the doctor, and they're like, he's fine. He doesn't have COVID. He doesn't have the flu. He doesn't have bronchitis or pneumonia. He doesn't have strep throat. They don't even know what the hell it is. I mean, it's just like a cough and a runny nose. I mean, it's typical, and it might be allergies, but it's freaking September. Why would there be? I mean, it's not like flowers are coming out right now, so I don't understand the whole allergy thing. But I feel ill myself. I've got a little bit of a sore throat and a cough, but I don't know. Maybe it's 5G. I'm just kidding. Who knows? We're all getting poisoned. But yeah, so I'm getting there. I'm gonna try to get more track tomorrow. Um, you know what? I'm gonna leave a note for myself to take a video or find a way to take a video. I need to get like a camera that I can put on like a tripod to video this stuff, because I've just been using my cell phone to take these videos. I need to get a real camera for this, I guess, or some sort of tripod for your phone, I guess. I have to look into that, but I'll try to get a video tomorrow of me ripping up some of that old track. And as I'm doing it, I'm laughing at because I was young when I did that. I was in my early 20s when I put that down. I'm like, I must have ran out of these type of screws, because all of a sudden it switched to Phillips. I'm like, what the hell is this? And those were just rusted so bad that it just stripped the bit, just stripped right out. And I'm like, I had to grind off some screw heads just to get separation of joints. But yeah, I'll take a video of that tomorrow when I go, and show you how I'm ripping up track. Probably the worst way you could have. I'm sure the correct way is to carefully remove stuff now. I'm just pulling it up out of the ground, disconnecting it from every 5-foot section. I'm taking the screws and I'm sliding it out of that joint. I'm not even taking the full joint off. I'm just taking the joint off at one end, sliding it off, and then throwing the whole 5-foot piece into the back of my truck, and getting it back here, and I'll go through it later. I just want to get it here so I can see how much do I have, and then go through it and see, okay, about 80% of this rail is usable, the rest of it's garbage. I don't know. I'm assuming a good, at least 50% of these ties are garbage, because some of them are really rotted out and really buried in the ground. And it's crazy because I brought in so much crushed gravel. My parents were pissed. Like, why are you putting rocks all over our yard? I'm like, I'm making a train here. They're like, what the fuck? But yeah, I mean, it was up on gravel and gravel packed, and I don't know. I mean, nature has its way, I guess. Bury this shit right in. You can't even see. I had like a triple trestle at their house, and you can't even see it anymore. It's so overgrown. I'm like, oh god, I'm gonna have to bring like a chainsaw here too just to get this track up. But yeah, it's a good laugh. Train stories. But yeah, I'll take a video tomorrow of me ripping up some track, and I guess, I saw a couple other videos on YouTube of people, building their trains. And I'm like, oh, this guy's out in front of his camera showing you him cutting down plants and shit. I'm like, I already cut this shit down, and I did a walkthrough. I'm like, maybe I should make a video where you can actually see me swinging a chainsaw around, cutting a tree. It's like, look at this tree. But I guess I'm gonna work on this whole video thing. Try to make it a little more exciting as as we start doing it. But yeah, that's about it. I just wanted to make a video of this train and locomotive plan. I gotta go get some sleep. I'm sick as hell, and I'll get a video tomorrow or the next day, me ripping out that track. Hope you all have a good night, and I'll see you on the next one.